Hey everyone, welcome back to my garden, and I wanted to show you around my grow tent right here. There's been a ton of change, and I wanted to show you a nice little packed episode real quick. So let's start over here. This is my rat tail radish plant that's been grown from seed. As you see, it's putting on a ton of new leaf growth, and it has a lot of new foliage, and the existing leaves are getting nice and large. And this plant's doing quite nice. The only thing is, it hasn't gotten quite tall enough for me to start putting it through the trellis netting here. So I'm going to wait until it gets a little bit bigger before I do that. And for now it's not so bad because it's actually more closer underneath the light. So it's actually receiving more of the light this way. And if we move up this way, we begin to get to the dragon egg cucumbers. Look how beautiful and compact this plant is right now. It's grown quite nicely and it has a lot of new change actually. If I lift up this leaf right here, you begin to see all of these new side growth that's beginning to form, as well as these little tiny flowers right there forming. I'm referring to right there, right in the middle, in between the main branch right here and the leaf. So that's looking nice. And as you see, it's actually grabbed onto the netting right here by itself without my assistance. So it's going to continue to grow up and fill this in. And I'm going to basically train it using these little clips like you see right here. Like I did my existing cucumber plant right here on this side. And that's doing nicely. And like same thing, this was also planted from seed. Sorry about that, I'm just moving the lens this way, keep you guys in focus, and you're able to see nice true colors underneath these bright LED lights. And the cucumber plant is doing nicely. It's actually growing in quite a bit and getting nice and tall. It's beginning to outgrow my lights. You really see it on this side right here. And look at this. I've begun to actually train it to go back down, being that I don't want it to fill up this top section right here since it's really high up above the lights and it doesn't really receive much lighting. So I'm going to make it train back down and probably back around. And if you see right over here, you could actually see a nice little cucumber forming. Now the strange thing about this, that I'm not sure exactly what happened, but I really don't mind, is all of these other cucumbers basically were female flowers, and I had to take a male flower and hand pollinate it. This one I didn't pollinate at all. I was actually waiting for the flower to blossom and open up. But the cucumber just kept growing, and as you see here, it's basically looking like an actual cucumber right now. I mean, look, holding it in my hand, it's gonna be ready pretty soon. So I'm not sure what happened here, but originally when doing research about this plant, it did say that it was a self-pollinating plant. So I don't know, I guess maybe some of them go by themselves, and the ones that I hand pollinate, for example, like this one, is actually just staying there. It's not wilting away, it's not really growing, it's just kind of there. But I know cucumbers grow at different stages, so when you pick one, other ones begin to grow. And when I harvested my other one a few days ago, this one got like a really quick boost in growth, and that's doing quite nice. And you see some of these leaves actually are putting on this yellowish brown basically on the new leaves as well as the old ones. So what was going on was a little bit of a nutrient deficiency, so I wanted to flush the system. So I added just 1 gallon of plain water to dilute my ppm in my nutrient mix and really make it a little bit of a weaker blend, and it's actually done quite nicely. So I'm sorry I don't recall the name right at this moment, but the person who messaged me earlier and gave me the recommendation, thank you. It did very well and it really helped this cucumber plant a lot. And thanks for commenting about that and talking to me about it. Great recommendation. And I couldn't be more pleased. As you see, it's doing quite nice. I even got a little cucumber forming out of it. And I got another dragon egg cucumber plant on this side, also beginning to reach up to the trellis. You can see one of the vines right there actually grabbed on. And this one seems to be growing a little bit more to the right, trying to reach up closer to the LED lights right over here. And this is a Mars 300 if anybody's interested, but all the links are always in the description bar below for all the items that I use, just for convenience and quick research. And right over here you can see the pepper plant is doing really well. Look at this, it's actually almost ready to harvest really soon. And if you come in closer, you actually see new flowers forming. So once I harvest these peppers, I'm gonna have the second row basically growing, so I can't wait. And this one pepper right here in particular smells unbelievable. It's such a good smell. I can't wait to try it. And I'm actually going to be doing a tasting video of this pepper, as well as drying it out and harvesting some seeds and making some paprika powder, which I can't wait. And look at all this side growth right over here growing nicely. These leaves are beginning to get nice and big, and it's a little bit top heavy right now, so I actually hung up my little monitor right over here to actually keep the neck cup down, or else it would just kind of lean forward and almost tip over, so I didn't want that to happen when I'm not home. So a little way down a tiny bit. Once I harvest the peppers, I'm sure it's gonna get a lot stronger and come back up. And tomorrow we'll talk about the bean plant that's basically over to my right, and I got a really exciting episode with that coming up tomorrow. So as always, hit the thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks for watching.